What's up, everybody? Keegan Knows Why here. I'm going to start off by saying if you guys have any questions or comments or anything regarding your GM vehicles, please leave a comment or anything like that, and I will get back to you guys as quick as I can. All right, so today's video is going to be about 6 tools that is a must to have as a lube tech in your lube tech tool box and master tech as well. I mean, it just depends on how you feel about it. So I'm going to hop straight into it. The first one is going to be the torque stick. The torque stick acts just like a torque wrench. You have your specifications for anything that need to be torqued to spec. Now, this is specifically for, in my opinion, I mean, I'm pretty sure you can use it for anything else, but I mean, this, in my opinion, is going to be for tires. So, lube techs rotate tires, they mount and balance tires. We know that. So, this here is rated at 100. They have some that are rated at 100 pound-feet. 120 pound-feet, 140 pound-feet, 65 pound-feet. So when you're rotating tires, some vehicles have a specification, and I know for the Chevy trucks they're 120. For like the smaller vehicles like the Cruises and the Trax, they're rated at 100 pound-feet. So this here will actually give you a guarantee, and it will give you a sense of comfort, I guess, you know, and safety or whatever when you're actually torquing your tires down to spec. So if you got your impact that's rated at 1,200 pound-feet, you don't have to worry about breaking any bolts or anything like that or over torquing them. So this here actually helps you to the point to where, hey, I got a gun that I know is strong. I'm not really sure how my gun works. That way you're not just sitting up there pounding at your bolts, and you can get them tight down, torqued to spec. So a torque stick is good. You can find these at Harbor Freight. You can find them on Amazon. You can find them at AutoZone and O'Reilly's. I haven't yet seen them at places like Walmart, Home Depot, or Lowe's. But, of course, you can also buy your tools there. So, next. So, still on tires. This here is a, I hope you guys can see it. You can kind of see the tip of it here. I'm sorry. It kind of got like a little slit. But this here is for tires. So if you're mounting and balancing tires, of course you got to take the tires off the rim. This here actually goes into the valve stem area. It kind of like a screwdriver, but it goes into the valve stem area to where you just literally take the valve stem out and it releases the air a lot faster. So, you know, I've actually seen this, and that's why I'm giving a review on this or a recommendation or a suggestion on this, because I've seen people actually try to let air out with their air gauge tool, and it takes forever. I see people try to like stick something in or press the valve stem in to release the air, when you can simply have this tool literally inserted into the valve stem, twist it out, and the valve stem will come out. But a safety caution, you need to make sure that that valve stem, you're holding the valve stem so it doesn't pop out, because it's under pressure because the air is trying to be released. It will shoot out, and the stem is like a small stem, and it could puncture your eyes, hurt your skin, or anything like that. So just be careful. But this is another tool that you need as a lube tech. It's a must-have tool. And not all dealers, like, and the tools that I'm going over is not provided by the dealership. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. So that's why I'm saying it's a must tool that you need to have in your box. So next one, still on tires. When you're mounting and balancing, well, let's say you're patching a tire, not necessarily mounting and balancing. When you're patching the tire, in order for you not to have to rebalance the tire, this is a marker or chalk, whatever you want to call it. Let's say you have a nail in the middle of the tire's patchable is sufficient depth to where you can patch the tire. This here is good for you, because what you need this chalk for is when you're taking the, like, unmounting the tire, you want to mark the area where the valve stem is. So the reason for that is so you don't have to rebalance the tire. And also you can mark the area where your patch needs to be worked on. So if you got a nail or something in there, or any type of foreign object or whatever, you circle the area or whatever, so you can take that part out, and then that way when you look inside of the tire, you can figure out, okay, this is where my mark was. Now I know this hole or this object was puncturing the tire at, and that way you can have your marker where you need it to be. So chalk or any type of marker that can mark your tire is a very good special tool to have in your toolbox. On to the next. Now this one here is like for every tech, every whatever, and this one's also a dual one. So actually, I say is 6. It may be 7 because this one has a magnet. But anyway, flashlight. Flashlight is a good tool because simply you're dealing with drain plugs, you're dealing with filter caps, you're dealing with checking air filter boxes. Some have screws, some have clips. It doesn't matter. You're dealing with a lot of small pieces, small objects or whatever. So flashlight can actually help you get your tools, or get them back to you or whatever. And this one also has a magnet, and I don't have the magnet here with me, so sorry guys, but it's a good thing that I actually do have the magnet because hey, it shows if you drop a tool, bam, you drop it, get to pick it up, you're good to go, you find your tool. So a flashlight and a magnet is a must have in your box. Next, a tread depth gauge. Now, a lot of us, before we even started in this industry, or people that's been in this industry, like, oh man, you always wonder, like, oh man, why do I need tires or whatever? Why they recommend the tires? Because the tires, they wear differently. If you don't get alignments and stuff like that, it just, if you're ignorant to the fact that you don't know how tires work and how alignments work, you kind of feel like they're just trying to suck you out of some money or whatever. But for the dealership, we have to let you know that, hey, it's a safety issue. And if we let you know and you decline to work, boom, we don't have to worry about it. So if you come back to us after you left the dealership and had a blowout or another nail got in your tire or whatever, or you still have a tire leak, that's not on the dealership or the service that was provided to you. So this is a good deal because, hey, it lets you know it's all red, yellow, green or whatever. So at that point, you're going to be okay because, hey, using this as a lube tech, you check the tires. If it's in a sufficient level, which is 6 is still green. And after 6, 5 becomes yellow, 4 becomes yellow, 3 is red, 2, and then beyond that, it's time to replace the tires. So this is a must-have tool in your box as a lube tech. Last but not least, the brake measurer. So this actually checks the thickness of your brakes. And the same as the tread depth measurer for your tires, it has a red, yellow, and green. And this has a red, yellow, and green. So this is a good tool to have in there because a lot of times customers will come in and want their tires rotated and their brakes inspected. So if you show them, and there's, of course, there's a front and back padding. And usually when you're inspecting the brakes, you want to check the one you want to go off the one that has the lowest brake padding. So if the rear brake padding, and I mean front and back padding, has 8 millimeters and then the front has 6 millimeters, you're going to go off the one that has the lowest because now they're wearing unevenly. So you want to go with the one that has the lowest rating. But this is a must-have tool, and all the tools that I'm showing is not provided by the dealership, and that's why I'm actually explaining these tools, and they are must-haves in your box. So that is going to be all for today. If you guys have any questions, comments, or anything that you want to ask me, please drop it in the comments below, and I will definitely get back to you guys as quick as I can. So these are 6/7, because I actually forgot about the magnet, guys. Tools that you must have in your box. So if you guys have any questions, give me a holler. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. Take care, everybody.